So after all of these years, P&O Cruises Australia have ceased operations here in Australia, with the parent company Carnival Cruises taking over in March of 2025. P&O had 3 ships here in Oz, with Carnival Cruises taking over 2 of those and rebranding them into Carnival ships, and the third one was just sold. I took particular interest in all of this as back in the day, in the 90s, I actually worked for P&O on their cruise ship, the Fair Princess. Remember that old girl? Now, old P&O had the name, didn't they, for cheaper, budget, affordable cruises, eh? Everyone's shit-faced. They've got their tray and they're sliding the tray down the buffet, collecting their old pub grub, right? The old floating RSL. Look, the cruise industry has cleaned up their image the last sort of several years. Back in the day, they did market heavily towards bucks parties and, every man and his dog used to get on football clubs, and it was just a drink fest, drink-a-thon. Today, they have really rebranded their image quite a lot. It's more marketed towards family holidays now. There's daycare centres or creches on them now. A lot of kids' activities.
Kids club, I think they
Kids
called
club,
it.
Water slides.
Yeah.
They are.
Very family orientated.
They very much are nowadays.
I mean, there's still the fun bars and cocktail making and, adult shows and things like that, but it's all tailored a lot towards families now.
So we've just recently returned from a cruise on the Carnival's Adventure.
Yep.
And what an adventure it was. So here's what we think of today's Cruising the Seas.
Put some actual tequila in it.
Yeah, the big girl, the ship. Built in Italy in 2001, the Carnival Adventure was originally the Golden Princess for Princess Cruises. As soon as we got off our train in Circular Quay here in Sydney, there she was, docked in Sydney Harbour, and guys, seeing is believing. This thing is massive. Everyone likes to do the Titanic comparison when it comes to ships, don't they? So here it is. The Titanic was 46,000 tonnes, whereas the Carnival Adventure is a whopping 109,000 tonnes. She holds 2,600 passengers and 1,100 crews, so that's 3,700 people on a ship. It is enormous. It recently had a bit of a spruce up as it went over to Carnival Cruises, as we mentioned, and I must say, look, the interior is very tastefully decorated and well furnished. And one thing I noticed?
What's that?
It had beautiful carpets. Cruise ships have beautiful, beautiful carpet. That's one thing I noticed. It was a standout. It's funny what you notice. Hey?
Yeah, I noticed a lot of workers constantly cleaning the handrails,
painting,
vacuuming, painting, cleaning. It was constant. Like every floor you'd go on throughout the day, and it didn't matter what time of day or night, there was always someone on there working, cleaning something, wasn't there?
Our digs was great, very clean, more than you need. Look, we're used to a little motorhome, so of course a cabin on a cruise ship's going to be pretty swank, right? But yeah, good job. It's more than what you need. Here's our room. What the heck? You're already in here. How the hell did you get in here when I'm not even in here yet?
Oh, there's ways.
I was only just given the card. Our personal little lifeboat there. We're just off the coast of Port Macquarie, heading up to Coffs Harbour, I think. Bit choppy, but
Pretty bloody good.
she's a pretty big tugboat, so just holding her own. We did get, what did they call it? Not a balcony room.
An ocean view room.
Yeah,
so it was
that's
an
right.
ocean view room just for the two of us. This trip we left the kids at home. So it was the first time we've actually been in a room without bunk beds for a change. So it was kind of nice just to have our bed and the ocean view room, and it was quite spacious for the two of us.
Massive TV, little bar fridge, so we could stick all our Coke cans in a little bar fridge. I didn't know there was going to be a bar fridge in there.
Yeah.
Had a safe. The bed was comfy. They make up your cabin every single day and make those silly little animals out of towels, how they do on cruises.
Yeah.
Look, 10 out of 10 really for what we paid.
And look, you don't spend that much time in your room anyway, so really it's, it's just the small part of your cruise, but it is nice to go back to a nice room.
Now, This really is where cruises shine. It's the food. And the Carnival Adventure is no exception. Whilst the buffet food's just, it's still ordinary just buffet food, their restaurant food was exceptional.
Yeah, we found their restaurant food top notch. We went to 3 of the included restaurants that come on a cruise ship, because there are a couple of restaurants that is in addition to, you have to pay for. So we just stuck with what was included. And for us to go to a restaurant and have a three course meal, whether it be lunch or dinner, we found it was fantastic. We thought the quality of the food, the amount of the food. Go and order entree, main and dessert. But if you actually like 2 of the entrees on the menu, you can actually ask for 2 entrees, which we did in one of them, where we wanted to have a soup as well. Not each, but we ordered 3 entrees between the 2 of us, a main course and a dessert.
The food was incredible.
It was unreal.
And one thing we have to mention is the quality of their customer service. The cruise industries tend to hire a lot of Filipino people because, let's face it, they are very good at what they do. Australia could learn a thing or two from the hospitality and the level of customer service delivered from the Filipino staff on these cruises. Yeah. And that's not having a go at us, that's not having a go at Australia, but we really could learn how things are done. It is absolutely 10 out of 10, top-notch customer service. They are immaculately dressed, and they really make it all about you. Their focus on you as a customer and as a fare-paying passenger is it the best in the world. I'm pushing. They're very, very
Certainly
good.
the best we've come across.
And these guys, and I know from my previous experience where Filipinos were widely employed through Pino, even back in the late 90s. They're away from their home, guys, for many, many months, several months.
Sometimes years.
Our staff lady was away from her son he was 10, for the last 7 months, and they sent some money back home to their family. And imagine being apart from your 10-year-old son for 7 months because you're working in the shipping industry. And let me tell you, from experience as a passenger and as a staff member, it can be very isolating. But then they're never unhappy. They've always got a smile from ear to ear. They are the most infectiously loving people you've ever met. And they're good at what they do.
They are. They remember you. We had a waitress in one of the restaurants one night, and then it was either the next night or 2 nights later, we're in a different restaurant, same waitress, remembered us. Yeah. And it's welcoming, it's friendly. Yeah, we thought it was great.
That's everything. That's customer focus when it comes to the restaurants, the coffee shops, the bar staff, cabin service.
And he did get
flawless.
familiar with the bar staff, let's just say.
Did I? I vaguely remember. Grog.
Didn't muck around.
Yeah. Look, bar prices. Sydney bar prices, guys, on the cruise ships these days. It's up there. We're talking $10 for a schooner of beer, $11.50 for a pint of beer, $10.50 for a bourbon and coke, or you can make it a double for $20. So yeah, about bar prices.
Cocktails, all the ones I had, and I did have a few, they were $19, which is on par with back home. Yeah. I mean, you go to Sydney and it's more than that. You pay $26, some up to $30 for a cocktail in Sydney. So $19, yeah, I mean, if I was drinking them all night, it certainly adds up, $20 a drink, but reasonable when you compare it to back home.
And it is a cruise, guys, so you pound on the alcohol. I mean, we saw people walking around at 10 a.m. with beers and cocktails already, and we're still dusty from the night before. We're just getting out onto the deck, onto the pool deck, just to get some sun on our face, and there's already people walking past with beers, and it might have been earlier than 10.
Yeah, it probably was.
And I'm not, look, I'm good, but I ain't that good.
He never starts that early.
One thing though, which I thought was very generous, Carnival Cruises do allow you to bring a bottle of wine each with you on board. So
we did.
We bought 2 bottles of wine, just like your normal 700ml bottles of nice bottles of red. Took them in, we just kept them in our cabin, and when we went to the 3-course meal restaurants, which is all part of your package. We took
We ordered
glasses of wine with us.
Yeah, we ordered some fresh glasses from housekeeping.
Yeah.
They came and delivered the empty wine glasses to our room. We
As we're getting ready, we're just having a few winesky poos and
filled it up as we walked out the cabin and walked it to the restaurant. And yeah, best way to do it.
So our cruise was just a 3-night cruise. It left Friday afternoon from Circular Quay.
Yep.
And it arrived back at Circular Quay Monday morning. There was no destination. There was no island hopping. It didn't actually go anywhere. It just went up the eastern seaboard to Coffs Harbour, did a U-E and come back.
It was a 90s cruise, a 90s themed cruise. So for 3 nights, people were decked out in their 90s gear, and it was actually quite hilarious. And a lot of people actually thought outside the square, didn't they? I mean, there was a lot of Axl Roses from Guns N' Roses. There was
Pluck a Duck from Hey Hey Saturday.
Yeah, she
that
was
hilarious.
Yeah, there was Pretty Woman, Julia Roberts' character from Pretty Woman. She was awesome.
Lots
as
of
well.
rappers.
A lot of rappers. Britney Spears. She was very popular. Star Wars. A lot of people just wearing 90s clothing, like those fluorescent parachute material tracksuits. There was quite a few people wearing them as well. So it's good fun, those themed night cruises.
Yeah,
are fun.
it was just a theme cruise. There's no destination. Everyone's just on the booze, ploughing the alcohol for 3 nights straight, and it just goes up and down the eastern seaboard and comes home.
But he makes it sound like that's all it was.
Oh,
but
they are.
There
Cruises are. There's no
more to
destination.
it.
It's about the journey.
There's more to it than that, though. You get given one of these in your room each day, and it provides you with all the entertainment. And it's not just people getting dressed up or having 90s themed music or bands, whilst that was the case as well. It shows you all the entertainment that's on board. There was stand-up comedians, and he did a couple of different shows that were just G-rated to R-rated, and it would say...
Yeah, the later the night gets, that shows more adults only.
Yeah, there was trivia, and there was 90s themed cruise. There was 90s trivia. There was a Sex and the City trivia. There was movie quote trivia, and many more different types of trivia. There was bingo. There was dance classes. There were meant to be a couple of different stage shows, but on the second day when they were on, the seas were a little bit too rough for them to go ahead, so they had to cancel them. But there's plenty of entertainment on board to keep you occupied all day, isn't there?
It goes all day and all night.
Yeah. Pools. There's a couple of different pools. There's an outdoor pool. There was an indoor pool. Spas.
Yeah, the cost. The value for money on cruises today. Look, as we said, the bar prices, they're a little bit sort of steep, I suppose. But if you compare the 3-night cruise we went on, which was, say, $440 a ticket, something like that.
A bit less than that, but yeah.
With all of its inclusions. So all your onboard activities, your onboard entertainment, your room, all your 3-course meals at the restaurants, 3 times a day if you wanted it. If you were to compare that to, say, you and I going into the city
Paying
for Friday, Saturday, 3 nights accommodation. Water, you need to compare it. You need waterfront Sydney accommodation in a hotel somewhere. Go to all the various kinds of entertainment, whether you're going to stage shows or theatre or the movies or a concert or something like that. All the grog, 3-course meals every meal, getting an Uber to get yourself around Sydney to go and do all of this. Comparatively, it would cost you a bomb, right?
It costs a lot more than what we paid to go on the cruise.
So does that make then the cruise still the best value for money in the holidaying market today? What are your thoughts?
What are they?
You've been on a cruise. Are you about to go on a cruise? Will it be your first one?
Do you not like boats?
Have you been cruising your whole life? How do you find Carnival, the Carnival line, or AKA XP&O? Just for shits and giggles for a cheap holiday. Do you reckon that they're the best value out there for just having a ton of fun for a few days? Let us know.
Yeah.
And if you do go on a cruise and then you found this video, how'd you find Carnival?
Yeah. We'd love to hear.
Yeah. Hooroo!
See you later.
And a special mention. The reason why we went on this cruise was to surprise a mate of mine for his 50th.
Yes.
He was having his 50th on board that particular cruise, and we just made it within a day to spare.
Ta-da!
You probably remember Scotty the Yachty, who we sailed through the Whitsundays with, and I got horribly seasick. So then I went on a boat.
I know.
To surprise me.
Scott was rather surprised
Seasick.
that he showed up on a boat, given that the last time he'd spent time with Shannon on a boat, Shannon was hugging the bowl.
I was. Anyway, Scotty, happy birthday, mate.
Happy birthday.
I think we've all turned 50 now.
Yes.
All our circle. Enjoy.
Okay, guys, if you are watching this, this is Scott, and Okay, guys, if you're watching this, this is a Camp Winnie first. I am here on a Carnival. Wait, take.
I could possibly swim that, but probably couldn't. That's why it's impossible. I hate last nights. Last night.
He never likes a party to win.
No, I hate this time when parties end. Don't you? Happy birthday.